When you're ready, let's begin seated today because I would like for us to just get a little warmed up and then we'll move in bigger and bigger ways throughout class. So when you're ready, excuse me, come to your spot. If you feel that you want a cushion for kneeling today, something small and thin like a soft pillow, a folded blanket, or a gardening mat, get that now. And if you feel like you want a pillow or something fluffy for under your backside while we're seated, go ahead and get that now. It'll be worth it to take the time so that you feel really comfy in your practice. When you find your way to seated, please try to crisscross your shins right in front of left. And if that feels too much for your hips, place your soft objects under your knees for support. Take a lift of each cheek and walk it back from your knees. Feel a grounding and anchoring sensation through your sits bones. All right, we're set up. Well done, my friends. Great thing to do is breathe. So let's lean back behind us and move your hands into a wide position. Fingers are open as you push through palms to uplift your heart space. We're gonna take a big breath in and envision our hearts inflating, floating, becoming so big and vibrant in our chest. And as you exhale, see if you could let any tension, any perceived negativity or stress in your body, mind, or heart seep away to what is grounded in your yoga space. One more breath in here. And as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Bring your hands forward and hold onto your knees here. We're gonna round our backs for seated cat. Chin would tuck to chest here, and our shoulders want to find the ears. So we're gonna try to keep those down so our neck still feels long. Big exhale, let go of all that old stale air from your morning. Inhale, pull yourself forward, finding cow. Lift your tailbone a little. Pull your head back. Exhale, roll and round, tuck your tail and your eyes towards your navel. Move with breath, my friends. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, ease back. One more round just like this. Inhale. At the bottom of that breath, push away. Exhale. Fully expel all the old air and come back to seated. Hands lightly by your sides. Take a stretch out with the right fingers and up with the left while you inhale. Exhale, tip over. Try to bend into your elbows so your ear and shoulder stay far apart. Big windmill to the other side. Let's slide. Lift and lean. Bend left elbow, shoulder heavy. Inhale for the swivel. Exhale for the reach. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, extend. We've got 2 more rounds. Check in with your sits bones. Are they still landed? Right there, it wants to rise. Don't let it. There you go. There's the side body leg. Trying to find the same over here. Anchored down. Stretch away. Come back to the center. Well done. Leaning back again, filling our chest cavity with a beautiful, energetic breath in. Give your legs a little shake out. Bring your chin back to chest if your head fell away. Then we'll cross our left shins in front. Let your toes and ankles have a little tick-tocking or circling. Maybe if you're like me, creaking and cracking. Left shin in front here. Do the same thing. A little scoot back and make sure there's no flesh under sits bones. We'll climb skywards this time. Big stretch up. Pat yourself on the back with your left hand, and with your right hand, hold your elbow point. If possible, lift through the crown of your head, connect forearm to back of skull, and try to push away a little bit with your skull. So you're feeling super energized as you sit tall here. Switch your hands. Right is the back patter, and left is the elbow holder. Lengthen through the crown. Try to connect left forearm behind your head and give a little push. So much easier to breathe when we sit big, isn't it? On the exhale, sweep down. Let your body stay long, but your arms be relaxed. Swivel a twist to your left. I'm gonna hold my knee and place back fingers on the floor. Find something that feels an assist for you. Just a gentle assist. We're not gonna force here. Easy as you go. Feel a little bit of that energy in the right shoulder blade. Nice. Breathe where you feel sensation all through class today. Come on into center. Switch. Try a bigger breath. Sit taller if you can. And as you exhale, eyes move right to help you see if you could deepen that twist. All right, yogis, come back to me. Lean back again. We're going to let our legs go, but this time keep them bent wide so that we have a tick-tock, but our knees don't clunk. And just think about which one of those sides felt more challenging for you, if that were the case. We're going to come back in a sec and revisit whatever side felt tight. We'll work a little bit more on our spinal mobility, and then we'll get on up to our hands and knees. I don't know about you, but I love to be on the floor. So nice down here. I like to fold my body up in all different ways. Feels better than sitting in that stiff old 90 degrees, doesn't it? All right, so which side are we going for? And if you don't have a challenging side, do whatever's non-habitual. So if you do tend to sit a lot and it's always right in front, come on to the other side. Scooch around so you feel grounded. And we're taking your body for some big rolls. So our hands are soft. They might lift and lower as we circle navel to the left and around the shins. Sit back up. Same thing, but other way. So you don't have to count anything here. We'll just do one circle and then go the opposite direction. One breath per movement. So we might be going a lot faster or slower than anyone else we can see on our screens. And remembering that connection with your sits bones, because our hope here is to build spinal mobility, to release tension, but also to lengthen. It's already begun. If you feel like you want to shut your eyes, that's so nice. Let go of everything that brought you up to this point in today. Let go of the outside stimulation and distraction. I like to let my neck go too. So I'm just kind of lolling around here like a bobblehead. Whatever way the body goes, the bobblehead goes. Try one more each way. One breath per circle. And back the other. Have a seat upright now, especially if you closed your eyes and let your head go, you might be like, whoa. So take a second to come back to you again. Be normal as you are. And then we're gonna lean back, let our legs shake out. Straight legs if you took them wide last time. Wide legs if you had them straight last time. Shake them out, flex point. Get all your creaks and your cracks in. We're like a box of Rice Krispies. Okay. Find table when you're ready. Feet come around the corner. And if you'd like your cushion, great time to get it underneath your knees. We want to be comfy or else we're never going to enjoy or stick to this practice. So it's worth it to get some stuff that makes you feel that way. Keep your toes tucked. Knees under hips. Feet are open. Can you push down into your toes? Nice. Hands under shoulders. Fingers are open. Push down in your middle knuckles. Now give me a lift of your belly and engage your pelvic floor. Navel kisses spine, almost like we want to stop the flow of urine, type of muscle contraction for the pelvic floor. Big breath in while you hold this. Guess what you're doing? Working your core. Who knew it was that easy? All right, let go of all of that. Start to slide forward and back. Now, when I say let go of your abdominals, we can't breathe successfully, fully, to get the most bang for our buck unless we unclench our core. I know that's not something we want to hear. Too tight of pants can prohibit us from deep breathing. But we have a panic, stressful type of a squeeze that we often do regularly in our bellies. You have to let that go. And then we can fill up our bellies. I know, it might not always look the best that way or feel the best, but it is best for our mental and physical well-being. Let's come to center tabletop and pause. Let your toes have a break, relax them, and swivel both fingertips to face inwards, if that's comfy for you. You can keep them forward if you need. We're sliding side to side now, but yogis, don't let your heels of hands rise. That means you went too far in that direction, so we'll just back off a little bit. And then check out your thumb. Did it get lazy and get a little bent? Try to flatten that thumb out. There we go. Got longer, didn't it? Good for us. Come to center, pause. Spin fingers out. They're away from each other now. So I definitely think it's much harder if the hands, are together. So if you want it to be a bit easier, hands are wide. And the same thing here, as we lean side to side, our hand stays totally flat, working deep into our wrists. All right, we've got one more round. I believe in us, but we're gonna come to center. Let the hands rest for a moment. Sit back in thunderbolt. They feel so heavy, don't they? Like cinder blocks. Let the back of your hands rest on your thighs. Fingers face in, palms face up. That's it. Just hang out. Let your wrists have a moment to recharge. Now, if you want, you can give a little finger wiggle. That will enhance the stretching though. And then sometimes I like to make a soft fist here and start to pull my knuckles upwards a bit. So still stretching, but releasing a bit because we don't have body weight on the wrists. If you did your little fist, get that thumb pad onto your index or middle finger. Squeeze it in. Nice. Last round, we're going cat and cow again. Soft landing to table. This time, at least one set of fingers faces a knee, either one to start. If you can do both, you do. And if you can't do either, you don't. No big deal, yogis. Do what you need today. Let's start with an exhale. Our toes are tucked, yes? Okay, push up, exhale. Inhale, drop our bellies. Tailbone rises. Let's go one more round with toes tucked, and then if this feels a little awkward on that cat, I understand. We could let it go. I just wanted to get our toes awake for our dog coming up. So for cat, you're welcome to drop the tops of toes down. Retuck them though for your cat. Do you have two more in you? You can always release the wrists if you need. At least one big open mouth exhalation in the start of your practice somewhere along the way so you can get rid of all that old funky air from the morning. Really finding that neutral spine, long and strong. I know your wrists are tender. Hang in. Just really find a long spine. Breathe lightness into your body. Maybe you move a little bit forward and back. Before you know, we're going to take a break. Great job, yogis. So send your hips back to thunderbolt again, or toes pose. Darn it. Were you hoping I wouldn't say that today? Toes pose would be toes tucked, just like thunderbolt. You might have to try to get your little pinky guy under there. Give him a little tuck. And for this wrist stretch, we're going to take up figure eight, yogis. Clasp your hands and do a little figure eight around here. If you're loving toes pose, you can make it even better by walking your kneecaps, just a little kneecap print forward on each side. Really go long in this figure eight. Don't cheat yourself. Open, big. Want to switch direction? I'm just trying to distract you from your toes pose. Try for 3. Breathe. You can do this. 2. Take a big exhale. And 1. Good work. Back to gentle landing table. And while your toes are coming back to their normal, tap, tap, tap them on the top of your yoga mat so they feel better. Round of applause for toes pose. All right, yogis, here we go again. Tuck your toes. Rise up, hips high, downward facing dog. If you need time, you take it. Pause anywhere that feels good today, or pause when you just need a break. In your down dog, would you like to open your fingers towards the long edges of your yoga mat? Give yourself some space in your chest and shoulders. Let's move side to side, shifting your weight from foot to foot, letting your hips sway. One more breath, doing our little hip sway dance. And then come to center, but widen your feet just outside hips width distance. Lift up on an inhale, your heels rise. Exhale, melt them back down. Inhale again, heels rise. And melt on the exhale. Just changing a bit, yogis. Inhale, rise. Let your heels swivel left this time. Bend your left knee. Let your hip get super saggy to the left, opening your right side body. Come back to center. Both heels are lifted. Exhale, let them fall right. Right knee bends. Super saggy in your right hip. Opening left side. Big breath there. Center we go. Heels rise. Look at your thumbs. Tiptoe forward. Be careful if you put a cushion underneath your knees there. Step on over that, but keep it where it is because we're going to use it in a sec. Hanging in forward fold. Give your wrists another release. Put the backs of them outside baby toes on the outer calves, or if you're lifted a bit, on your thighs. Let your whole head hang and shake a no for your neck to release. Nod yes. And then we release the head shaking, the palms flip back down or fingers dangle, and we begin a rise to the sky. Join and exhale with that rise. Shoulders up, back and down. Inhale up and overhead. Extended mountain welcome, my friends. I'm so happy you're here. Clasp your hands behind your low back. Send your knuckles down. You can always use your forearm clasp if the hands are too much for your joints. One more big breath here. Feels good to take time and breathe, doesn't it? Never feel more energized when then I work on some self-care and slow down enough to let the breath catch up with us. One more time, breathe in. And then she gets mean. Reach forward, breathe out, and sit in your chair pose. It's okay, not a boring old desk chair, a strong, strengthening yoga chair. If you ever experience discomfort in your low back, tuck your tailbone. And as you reach forward, you might feel like you could counter pose away from that, reaching to find balance and sinking a little deeper. Nice job. One more big breath in. Exhale, standing mountain pose. Inhale, extended mountain. That's better. Exhale, forward fold. Here we go, yogis. Let's get a little flow on. Right leg, long lunge back. We're gonna cruise. If you need to slow yourself down, pause anywhere it feels good. Land the right knee, sweep the palms overhead, like you just high-fived yourself. Yes, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Elevate back knee, step to down dog. If that's a challenge, step the table to child's pose and find dog when you're ready. Right leg rises. Inhale to three-legged dog. Aim for hip height. Flex your foot and push away. Look at your thumbs. Try to step forward. It's okay if you don't quite make it. We have a hand. We'll grab the ankle and slide it forward. Kneeling lunge. High-five yourself. Inhale, lengthen. Open your ribs. Exhale, float down. Frame that front foot. Elevate back knee. Step forward to your fold. Hang heavy. Let the whole back of your neck be long and wrinkle-free. How do you want to rise? You can roll, or you can halfway lift, hands to knees, heart parallel floor. Bend your knees and find a hinge to rise. Yogi's choice. Here we go again. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg steps back. Sinking to kneeling lunge, but shifting back to half split. Twice more. Forward kneeling lunge. Just like a little rock. Forward and back. One breath per movement. Back to kneeling lunge. Elevate the back knee. Step back, downward facing dog. Find a little shimmy. Celebrate in your hips and your shoulders. Look under your left armpit. Stretch your neck. Find those wide fingers, middle knuckles engaged, hugging onto your yoga mat. Eyes look under your right armpit. Take a peek forward, yogis. Find plank position this round. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale through chaturanga. Bend your knees and land them on the ground if that would help. Elbows will hug your side body. Once we're fully landed on our belly, point your toes as far back from your body as possible. Land about middle rib cage with your hands and tuck your elbows in tight. Take an inhale while you rest. Exhale, press on up, baby cobra. Could you lift your top rib or more? One more breath in, shoulders back and down, knuckles engaged. Release. Side back on an exhale, find child's pose. Hips to heels, knees narrow or wide, yogi's choice. One more big breath in here. As you find your way through the out breath, climb skywards, downward facing dog. That feels like a sigh, pushing thighs back behind us. Take a peek, look forward, tiptoe your way there. Soft and steady. Once you're in fold, you find your favorite way. Roll or hinge to rise. Extended mountain pose, breathe in. Arms forward, reach to me. Swivel palms up to open your heart. Sink back into chair. Could you lift your left heel? Stay low though. Nice. Left heel down, right heel. Make sure your toes are soft here so we don't the ground. Release. Do you want to lift both heels? I had to actively lift my toes because I knew they were going to try to claw up the earth. Heels lifted. Join the party. One more big breath in. Exhale, mountain pose. Woo. Blow that smoke out of those thighs. That was hot, hot, hot. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg, yogis, lunges back. Kneeling lunge, knee shin, top of foot are flat. We're gonna slide back to half split this time. Your front toes can lift or not. Come back forward, low lunge. This feels familiar. Back, one breath per movement. Last one here. Find a lift in your back knee. Step back, down dog. Remember our options, child's or table are there for you when down dog feels too much. Look forward. Let's go through that vinyasa again. Inhale, plank. Remember our knees are supportive if your shoulders or back hurt. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows hug in. Lifting the upper body again. Find about middle rib cage. Elbows tuck in tight. Toes have pointed away long. Inhale, stay low. Chin is tucked towards chest, back body long. Exhale, press. Shoulders back and down. Try to squeeze another breath out here. One more. Literally squeeze, right? Shoulder blades, you're like, breathe, hurry up. Come on, release down. Down dog. Once you've arrived in your dog, take a big lift of your right leg. Inhale, push long. Eyes forward, crunch knee towards chest and step, but this time we're following it up with the back foot. Forward fold. Yogis, we're not going to use that cushion anymore unless you want to take a break somewhere along the way so that you don't trip. Maybe you just want to get it out of your way. Find your extended mountain pose. Big inhale. Take another stretch while you're here. Stay long. Try to float down in a swan dive. So instead of rolling, we'll spread arms wide. Stay lifted in chest. Halfway hinge. Fully fold. Awesome job. Right leg steps back. Land this time flat in that foot. Hips still forward, warrior one. Those back toes are probably facing the top short corner of your mat. If you feel like there's no way my hips are coming forward, try widening your stance. See if that helps. And sometimes I actually hug my hips if I'm having a hard time connecting mentally with them. Hey, hips, you want to move a little bit? Can you see where my fingers are? They're facing that way. My hips don't come totally forward either. No big deal. Some people's do. Yeah, we're doing what's best for us. You could swivel your back foot in a little bit. That might help. Feel good? Let's stay. Inhale one more time through this warrior one. Fully exhale, let it go. Hands down, back heel lifts, twist that knee in, then step back, downward facing dog. Not a vinyasa yet, yogis. Look forward, tiptoe, but can you tiptoe with your heel landing first? So normal tiptoes would be the balls of our feet, right? We're gonna try lifting one, heel toe. Lift the other, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. That is strong for the shins. We've got to really lift there. Rolling to rise. You're welcome to reverse the hinge we did on the way down if that's better for your body. And we're going to roll to release. Mountain pose. Chins tucked. Tuck your belly in here. Roll one vertebrae at a time. Feel like a rag doll. If something interesting happens along the way, you're like, oh, a little part of your back. I kind of hang out there for a sec. Just try to breathe into it, hold space for it. Cool. Once you're down to fold, left leg, long lunge back. We're back to warrior one. So now you know what you need to do to get your body flatten the left leg, angled forward, stretch up when you're ready. We're here for 3 breaths. Take as much time as you need. Find something that feels good. Yeah, it's about quality, not quantity. We're not trying to do 100 vinyasas. We just want to enliven ourselves, refresh our mood, strengthen a little bit. One more inhale. Exhale, back heel lifts, float down, down dog. Now we're doing the vinyasa, which is totally optional, by the way. You can rest in dog or child's pose. Follow if you'd like, yogis. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. This time we rest the upper body. Let's let ourselves have a pillow, why don't we? One hand on top of the other. Rest your forehead on the back of your top hand. And before we go anywhere, soften your backside. Just unclench it. Let it shake side to side. All right, let's enliven ourselves again. Press your toes back. Keep your head down. But try to lift your toes, if possible, your kneecaps and your lower thighs. Still breathing, yogis. That's a tall order, I know. We always hold our breath when the going gets tough. So our goal through yoga will be to find softness and release as we strengthen. Soften those toes down. Great job. Hands by your sides. Stretch out everything you just strengthened. Child's pose. We could keep the arms long overhead, extended child's pose. Still strengthening and lengthening our sides, but letting our back get soft. Eyes forward. Let's go when you're ready. Downward facing dog. One more round of that little heel toe. So we're going to go lift, heel toe. Lift, heel toe. We're tiptoeing. I should say like heel tipping. I don't know what you'd call this. Heel balling all the way up to our forward fold. Hang when you're ready, and we're going to try that reverse swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Sweep arms wide. Bend knees again. Stamp your heels down. Hinge to the top. Extended mountain pose. Awesome job. Release your arms. Mountain pose. Shoulders circle up, back, and all the way down. Sometimes it does feel like the Tin Man, doesn't it? Try 2 more. All right, we're gonna get our balances on. A little more strength to come, but let's give ourselves a break for a sec. Take a neck roll side to side. Try to loosen up before we balance, if you want to shake. Some people like to do a little bit of movements in their back, just whatever you need. All right, we feel good? Great. Come with me. Arms rise, left heel rises, and swivel that knee to the side. You could stay here the whole time. We're gonna close and open just to warm up this left hip, but you can lift if you want. Any height is great. Now, if these arms don't serve you, you know that this is a modifiable class. You find something that feels really true, really supportive to you, even if you want to hang on to something. Beautiful job. Let's connect our tree. If you're low, connect low. Slide up if you'd like. Use your hand to fix it or not. Most importantly, hug back with your right leg. So this doesn't hurt. We're not jamming. We're really hugging, supporting like a strong oak tree, strong in its core, very engaged through its trunk and wide through its roots. Our right feet in this case. Nice job. Okay, if you don't fall over, we're gonna try to twist. Right arm around your low back. Left hand to the right shoulder for a gentle assist. Stand tall on your inhale. And as you exhale, those fingers give a little nudge, opening your twist to the right side. Find another inhale. And if you somehow manage to hang on to that the whole time, exhale, come back to me. Well done. Lift to the center with that left knee. Let it go. And let your whole body go. Everything feels tight after a balance, so we just want to shake it all out. Ooh, that was awesome. Okay, same leg, yogis. Left leg again. Hands to heart center in a prayer. Step your left leg straight back. Remember, we can always stay connected to the floor. I have a puppy that's about to join us for a moment. Hinge forward. Hopefully she'll go back to sleep. And try to square your hips. So what happens is our hips want to splay open to the left. Draw them back in. Hands to heart center, lengthen again. Now you feel your glute on the right leg, don't you? Good. Keep that intensity there. Try to elevate your left leg if you can. Hug your navel back in. Breathe. Hinge as much as chest parallel to the floor. Left thigh parallel to the floor. You are in warrior 3. Fingertips could reach to supports under shoulders if you'd like. Take a big breath in. As you release to forward fold, keep that left leg lifted. I know, that was mean of me. Head hangs. If you want to make it a big standing split, hold your right ankle and see if you can elevate your toes skywards. Take a big, beautiful breath in. Eye gaze tries to come up towards your navel. Lower down when you're ready. Bend your knees generously. We are actually in forward fold now. No jokes, no tricks. And bend your knees to rise. Say if something feels quite good. Shoulders up, back and down. Are we like this? What just happened? I know, me too. That was very challenging. Good work, yogis. So we're back to let it all go. Good that we know what's coming. Bad that we have to do it again, right? This is the hard part. We'll be done after this. Just a warrior 2 next. Refocus your breath. And as you exhale, lift your right heel. Spin open. Stay here or elevate. Move your hands anywhere that feels helpful. Let's close and open that hip joint. See that ball in the socket? I love this because it's going and turning to the back. Yeah, good external opening there. And then we've got that internal, it snuggles back in towards the center. Lots of lubricating happening for the best mobility. Hook your tree pose. Take a big breath in. Remind yourself that you are balanced and you've got this. Hug back like that firm oak tree, trunk strong. Left arm low back. Maybe push a little there. Just a little goes a long way. You feel that, yes? Right fingers to your left shoulder. Ungrip your toes. Super. Inhale long. Exhale, swiveling towards your left. Little bit of a friendly push here with those right fingers. Eye gaze, softening. And if you're still twisted, come on back out. That was a close one, yogis. Thank goodness I have walls or I would have gone down twice. When you're ready, release that right knee, hug it back to heart center, let it soften, blow the smoke away, and shake everything out. One little tiny balance left, that's it. Uplift your toes tap back. Now remember, our hips want to open, so we're going to try to think about a little squeeze between inner thighs. Yes, hips engaged. Hinge forward, you go as much as you want. Chest could become parallel to the floor. Right thigh parallel to the floor. And if you've lifted your toes, keep all 5 of them facing the floor. Then we know our hips are squared and we're getting a proper stretch side to side. Remember, quality yogis, we don't have to hold any certain length. Do the best you can. Try for one more breath. It's not a performance. We're here to practice. Do what's best for you. Forward fold, but that right leg tries to stay lifted. Let your head hang. If you'd like to standing split, left hand to left ankle. Squeeze through your backside to elevate your right toes. And from wherever you are in your fold, take a glance upwards, chins tucked, eyes to navel. One more inhalation. Full forward fold. Once you're there, let the upper body hang heavy. Bend your knees a little and find your way to rise. Shoulders back and down. We only have a few yogas in December. We're going to make them a little stronger. Shake out. Done with balance. Check that box. We're done. One tiny little warrior 2, and then we'll be done with strength. Y'all ready? Let's do it. Arms rise. Inhale. Feel alive. I know you are now. You've got that energy pulsing through from balance. Release on the exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips may like to give you a little boost. Push on your knees or your shins. And once you find that stability in your core, reach your fingers back behind you. Turn your thumbs to face the sky. Palms away from body, screwing the shoulders back and down, opening a broader chest. Exhale to release. Right leg, long step back. Swivel, foot flat. Now those toes are going to face a long edge of our yoga mat. We'll take a big windmill of our arms to rise, warrior 2. But let's just get in here. So we're going to bend a lot, left knee, release a lot. Feels nice, right? In, breath, out. All right, what's happening with that right foot? Is it caving in on the ankle? It's okay. Being aware is really important. Could we try to push down on the blade edge? Nice. Hold that warrior 2 now. Tiny micro bend in your right knee. Elevate through the arch, the inner arch. Good work. There's your warrior 2. Left knee out towards your baby toes. I know, it became very not easy, didn't it? It's okay. We're really feeling these muscles. Palms toward the sky. Opening shoulders wide. That's all you have to do. One more breath. Taller through crown of head, perhaps. Rooting down through tail. Find one more breath. I'm done with all my tricks. Windmill the arms towards your left. Find a low lunge. Step back, downward facing dog. Find your way to relief yogis. Give yourself some pedaling. Walk a little dog here. The best kind of dog walking in this weather because you don't have to freeze your buns off to do it. All right, let's get that other side in. I'm not going to do any vinyasas till the end. So we're just going to get our other leg done, and then we'll find the floor for good. Right leg, look at your thumbs, step it forward. Try not to lift your leg. We're going to go without momentum here. Squeeze, step. Let the left foot fall. Windmill your arms up to warrior 2. And just go a little in, ease in, a lot out. A little bigger in and out. Keep going, but check in with that left leg. Inseam energized, lifted. Good energy. Take a big out breath and send it through the blade of left foot. Anchor it down. Does that feel good? Then a tiny bend in your left knee. Hold, hold, hold. Super. Charged up on that left leg, right? Very nice. Right knee, you can leave your hand there if you need. If you look down, you can't see that pinky toe. Knee is covering it. You can see your big toe though. Nice. That connects your knee with your hip bone and it just opens everything. It's tough. Soften your toes. Palms find the sky. For the truest version, we would look to the right. Whatever floats your boat. Take a big inhale. Full exhale. Now you know. Another one. Can't trick you twice. One more. Full exhale. Getting out of here in a sec. Turn all 10 toes towards the long edge of your mat. Turn your toes in and heels out. And just check if one is way behind the other. Let's bring them so that they're straight across from one another. When they are, hands on your hips, hug in. Grow. Once we squeeze the low half, doesn't it feel like you could just float away in the upper half? Breathe in. Exhale, keep that squeeze, but forward fold. You might want to kick your toes in more, heels out more, whatever feels good. Find your way down to a big release in the upper body. If you're super flexy and your head came real close to the floor, toe heel feet towards one another, and then descend again. Yogis, we have one more vinyasa. It is always optional. Lift up halfway, please. Turn to whatever side you want, because we're just going to step back to downward facing dog. Take a little wiggle, a nice warm dog walk. Inhale, roll forward, plank if you're coming with me. We're doing the big old bad back bend. Exhale, chaturanga, lie flat, point your toes. Slide your hands back to about middle ribs. Find wide fingers, engage your knuckles, tuck elbows in. Breath, yogis, big inhale. Exhale, push up with the palms, squeeze the shoulder blades, elevate your palms. Elevate your toes, knees, and thighs. And then push away. Toes far, crown further, shoulders down from earlobes. One more breath. Exhale, release. Push away, child's pose. Find something that is restorative. One of my favorites is wrapping arms around the baby toe edge of feet and turning my eyes to one side. Extra strong class today. I'm so proud of you. So in this case, we're going to take however much longer you can stay, whether it be 5 minutes, I'll give you a cue when it's time to go early if you have to, or the full 10, and we just get all the yummy stretches in. Eyes turn right if you moved your eyes to one side with me. During the holidays, this is a position that I kind of feel like I want to get in on the regular. Like, hold on, I just need to stop, drop, and child's pose for a second. Be right back. Coming to the center, hands by the outer knees, eyes turn back to the floor. Rise on up, and then we're finding our pigeon pose. So let's enter from tabletop. Lift your left knee and see if you can pull it in. If you can't, it's okay. You can just arrive in down dog and then pull that left knee in. Now in your pigeon pose, when the left knee gets bent in front, the back knee could bend out too. We could sit on our left cheek. This is a great version. Swiveling chest towards left knee. We're gonna try to fold if we can, or we can extend the back legs. I usually will tuck my toes there to help my hips roll forward. And if you feel too tight, slide your left knee out. That's your front knee to the side. That'll help. Now hips might feel a bit more swivelable, just like when we open a lunge to get that movement in our hips. Cool. All right, do you want to come down with me? You don't have to. You can always put a pillow under groin or left cheek to help you support and sink. Yeah. We're hanging out. Quite literally hanging out in our hips. Let your head hang. Excuse me, chin towards your chest. And as you open up the back of your neck, see some beautiful lightness, spaciousness creeping in there. I know this is a huge area of tension for a lot of us. If your right toes were tucked on my straight leg pigeon friends, let them be soft now. Release. Try to snuggle your hips down towards the floor. Soften in your shoulders if you're able to. And let go across all the muscles in our faces. Separate teeth. Relax the hinges of your jaw. Eyes are soft. Forehead wide and smooth. In between our brows, easy, frown free. In your time, use an inhale to climb back up. I usually will lift my chest for a moment, just let everything normalize, your heart rate, your blood pressure. And then bring your hands on about shoulder width so that you can sit on your left cheek if you're not yet there. We'll bend our back knees. Now we're gonna come back to that table or down dog, you decide. So we're gonna take a little spin. And if you could enter it from table, you'll crunch knee towards your chest and slide. It's tricky, it's like a puzzle. Slide that heel in. If you need to get it from dog, that's much more open and able to be entered. All right, what are we doing here? We want to sit on the right cheek and let the left knee bend. Stay here. Beautiful pigeon. Got to twist a little bit in that one to bring the chest towards the right knee. Or we can extend the left legs. Now, I do like to move my right knee a bit out to the side. I want to feel as wide across the hips as possible. Keeping the left toes tucked. Just try with my straight leg friends. Keep those toes tucked for a breath or two to help scoot that left hip forward. And then when you're feeling it, take a little pigeon nap. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Try to make them slow and deep. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. If you have your toes tucked, let them go for your last 2 breaths. This is tough, yogis. 5 breaths in pigeon today, really big. Proud of you. It's okay if you need to get out and take a break whenever. You could, though, stay for 10 breaths if you want. That would probably be the max I'd really ever hold a pigeon. How you doing? Do you have one more breath in you? Somewhere along that next inhale, we're going to try to rise again. We're going to sit down on our right cheeks if we're not yet. Bring that left knee to bend. And now, oh wait, let me say, if you have to go, it's now 155. So in that case, I would probably roll the table, find the forward fold, and just hopefully take some senses of grace and ease with you to infuse in all of your interactions today. Namaste, friends. If you can stay though, we're gonna swing that back leg forward. I hope you don't feel like you have to. I hope you want to. Bring both knees to the sky with our heels flat. And all we're doing is hamstring stretching. We're going to give them as much love as we just did our hips. Take a hug on your thighs and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Oh, flying on our backs, finally. Chin to chest. Let's give ourselves a little rock side to side. And when you get ready, yogis, we're going to extend the right foot to the mat, or if you feel really good, you could let it go long. Left knee will stay as a hug for a breath. And when you exhale, we'll push it to the sky. Now, it doesn't have to stay that way. You could bend it straight in. You could keep it semi-bent. You just have to check in with your left hamstring because everyone's different. We'll hold somewhere on the back of the leg and start to let our toes float over our noses. Maybe someday we'll have our knees down by our nose. Who knows? I like to use my arms here a lot. So I'm getting heavy in my shoulders. They are sinking back into the yoga mat. I'm trying to really hold on and like hang onto this leg, letting the heaviness of my arms assist the hamstring releasing. And then retuck your chin to your chest because we get that beautiful wrap from the left heel all the way around to our back body. We have time for one more breath here, yogis. You're not stuck on that hard and fast 2 p.m. Please don't rush yourself. I know, it's tough to get them all in. Would love to stay here all day. And when you're ready, we'll bend that left knee. Put it flat on the floor, foot flat on the floor, just to check in here, and hug your right knee in. And just see what this side wants to do. You're welcome to extend that left leg. And we'll take a straight leg, foot to ceiling when you're ready. Now see if you can pull your right toes down towards your nose and push up with your heel. This one's tight for me, so I got a little shaking going on. You know you're working when that happens. But we'll try to relax and breathe. We might be able to reach a little higher. Starting to tug toes towards our nose, but don't think down, think over, I should say. So it's still a really beautiful long leg. Creating that heaviness in our arms and shoulders to assist this stretch. As you breathe in, go all the way up to the sole of your foot. As you breathe out, come all the way, wrap it around your back body, up through the base of your skull. We have a whole back body stretch happening. One more, yogis. Try to unclench your jaw, relax in your face, even if you're faking it until you make it. Someday, if we really commit to these stretches, they won't feel so challenging. And as you finish up that exhale, whatever feels good, I would bend my knee and let that foot fall flat. Hug both knees back to chest and take another little rock and roll. So ideally, we'd like to turn to our right sides, but it's whatever side feels best. Fetal position on the right allows our heart to just heavy load down, like take a load off, just hang out, not have to work so hard for a second. When you're ready, that whatever hand is your top one, we'll push down to turn you around to your tabletop. Excuse me. We'll tuck our toes under here and try to slide our hips back on the heels, lifting our knees. Find a little crouch, a little love for our calf muscle. And then elevate your hips when you're ready. Hang in your forward fold. Knees could be really bent. We're not trying to work here. We just want to gently rise. Roll yourself. I think a hinge would be really tough at this point. And as you reach to the sky, take a big breath in. Try to make a promise to yourself that you'll continue, hands to heart center, to show yourself love and compassion in small ways every day, just like you did in your yoga class. If you infuse that into yourself, you'll be able to sprinkle that kindness everywhere you go, and I hope that you receive it back in twofold. Yogis, my light treasures you. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of this community, the best part of this community. My gratitude for you allowing me to lead you, and happy Friday. Have a super weekend, my friends. Namaste.